Your email flows are bleeding money right now, and you probably don't even know it. Most brands think that growth comes from new automations and new flows or new tools, but the real money is sitting inside of tiny gaps that no one pays attention to. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about the small 9 fixes that will add 10 to 15% more revenue to your brand's email attributed channels when they're stacked together. And you do not need no tools or no big rebuilds, you just need some fundamentals that actually work. Just a disclaimer, these are not secrets or cutting edge tactics. They are just basic optimizations I see missing inside of a lot of Klaviyo account nowadays, whether that's a brand doing 50,000 a year or 5 million a year. Most big teams skip right past this step, so make sure that you don't, and let's dive in. I'll keep myself here so that you can properly see what's exactly in front of my screen right now. So phase number one is that you need to stop letting smart sending block your best flows, because high intent email should never get skipped. Right now, the problem with smart sending is that the Klaviyo's smart sending sounds very helpful, no doubt, but the problem is that if someone abandons their cart, that's a buying signal and that's a very warm lead. They should get that cart abandonment email. But the problem is if they have opened any sort of campaign from you in the last half an hour or an hour, they would not get that flow just because the smart sending is turned on. A lot of brands accidentally block their cart abandonment flows, checkout abandonment flows, and browse abandonment flows because smart sending is turned on globally in their flows or campaigns. But you do not want that, because browse abandonment flows are some of your highest revenue generating flows. So you want them to go out when they are needed. The fix for it is pretty simple, that you just need to turn off smart sending for all the abandonment and post purchase flows. How are you going to know if you have smart sending turned on or not? You can just go to your flows, and when you click on the email, you will see this small clock button right here. If this is turned on, you would scroll down and you will see this skip recently emailed profiles. You need to uncheck this and click on save. If you do that, your smart sending will be turned off, and this is for the flow size. And if you're wondering how what campaigns, if you want to do that as well, what you can do is turn off this exact smart sending toggle right here, and your flows and campaigns will not be missed by anyone. Fix number two, you need to add secondary CTAs inside of your email footers. Not everyone converts at the first button or the first CTA, you know that, but someone who's still engaged, they will scroll down, and if someone reads all the way to the bottom of your email, they are still interested. So you don't need to let them bounce with nowhere to go. You need to add a simple footer like this. As you can see right here, this is the entire email, and at the end of this email, we have this small footer, and you can add links like shop bestseller, new arrivals, gift guides, or accessories, or whatever you want to, because you need to give warm readers a second path to click on instead of leaving empty handed. It's a tiny measure, but it still works. Fix number three, use two steps pop up instead of asking for email upfront. Most pop up fails because they ask too much upfront very quickly, and instead you need to opt a micro commitment strategy. On the step one, you need to ask a simple yes or no question. It could be like, want 10% off your order, or you've got a 10% off, do you want it, yes or no? And on the step two or step three, you can collect their email and phone numbers for the SMS as well. The first click creates psychological momentum, and we have seen sign up rate jump 20 to 30% just by splitting the ask into two steps. It's just the same offer but with a better execution. So make sure that you check this out for yourself and A/B test this so that you can know what's working for your store the most, because simply doubling your submission rate would double your email revenue. So it's very important. Small fix number four, separate added to cart from checkout started, because these are not the same customers, so you need to stop treating them the same. Added to cart is someone who adds to cart and is still browsing, and someone whose checkout started is someone who starts a checkout and hit a friction point that they have not progressed. These are different intent, different objection, and different messaging. So if you're running one abandonment flow, you are missing a massive recovery opportunity. Though I suggest that if you are starting out, you can have them the same, but if you have advanced and you want to grow more, you need to separate these two out, split them accordingly, and you need to tailor your messaging accordingly, and your conversions would go up. I have few videos on this channel for this exact issue, so you can just go and watch them. Fix number five, you need to send more plain text emails, which needs to come from a real person on the team, because not every email needs to be designer. Some of the best performing emails we have seen look like they were typed inside of Gmail, so it could come from the founder, the team, or anyone from the customer success, and it works because there's no graphics. It's sort of a pattern interruption, and there are no fancy layouts, and these are just some words that you can just write out, and it works. It also works because it feels human, and it breaks the pattern of the branded polished email, and it feels like a friend is reaching out to them. It is very simple, personal, and it is very widely effective. So start A/B testing this as well, and you will see that this thing works. Fix number six, text to image ratio without ruining your design. So the spam filters care about balance, and you should too. Too many images in your emails with not enough text can literally wreck your email deliverability, which you do not want. So a easy fix for you would be, you need to add real text content inside of the footer. You can add policies, disclaimer, and links. and you need to style it in a way where it doesn't distract visually from the entire email that it was meant to be. So what you can basically do is add a disclaimer policies or something like that, which has a little bit of text right at the bottom of your footer, so that you have some HTML as well as some images inside of your emails. Because if you just have images, that can hurt your email deliverability. So just to make sure, just as a safety procedure, you can have the images, but you also need to have text. Small fix number 7, you need to send a real thank you email right after someone purchases. Because most brands stop at that Shopify order confirmation, but you do not have to. You need to send a short human thank you email from a real person. Now it could be from the founder, someone from the team, or someone who's working in customer support. And in that, you do not have to include tracking info, or you do not have to do a very hard sort of upsell. What you need to include though is just gratitude and just a softness like, hey, thanks for your order. If you're still shopping here, here's what other customers are saying, and that's why they loved our product, and something like that. And this works incredibly well during gifting seasons, and it builds loyalty from the day one. As you can see right here, as soon as someone has purchased, they are very excited about the product. Since they're excited about the product, that's why the open rates are very high and click rates are very high. So if you can add a little upsell there, that would work a lot. And you can write a copy something like, hey, I wanted to personally thank you for your recent order with XYZ brand. Each piece is carefully collected. You can read this. If you ever have a question about care, fit, or styling, so basically you're giving them support here, and you can say thank you again for trusting our brand and with your product. Warm regards, Tico founder XYZ. And you can write here, you can add the, because everyone reads PS line, so you can add your upsell right here. Like literally, this is a tiny and subtle upsell, and as you can see right here, some of the people have purchased. So if you have a higher average order value product, this could drive measurable revenue for your brand as well. So try this out and let me know how this works for you. I'm damn sure this would work a lot well. Fix number 8, you need to make unsubscribing a choice, not a goodbye. And here's what I mean by that. When someone clicks unsubscribe, you do not have to push them out the door immediately. You need to offer them options instead. Something like you can pause your emails for 30 days, you can reduce the frequency of emails, or they can just opt for sales only emails. Because most people do not want to leave right away because they still want your deals. They just want fewer emails because they're annoyed by if you send a lot of emails. And a profit preference page can save you thousands of subscribers, as well as it can keep your list healthier for longer term. So let me walk you through that inside of Klaviyo as well. So what you need to do is come on to your Klaviyo account, and you need to click on settings and go to this others tab, and here you'll see the preference page and the email unsubscribe page. Come here, edit this so that people are not leaving right off the bat and they can update their preferences. And you can do the same with email unsubscribe page, and make sure that you have created a segment for these people who have updated their preferences so that you can exclude them when you're sending a lot of emails out. And that's it, and it's pretty easy to set up. Fix number 9, you need to stop blasting your entire email list, because sending to everyone on your list would kill your metrics and your sender reputation. So if you start sending emails to your engaged segments only, such as 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you'll see higher open rates, better inbox placement, and more revenue per send. Because your buyers are already on your list, you need to stop wasting sends on people who checked out months ago. So make sure that you are sending out only to the people who are engaged with your brand. And you can create segments inside of Klaviyo if you are using Klaviyo like this. Name a segment, and you can add filters such as if someone can or cannot receive email marketing, you need to put it on can receive email marketing. And after that, you need to add another condition, which is when what someone has done or not clicked email at least once in the last 60 days if you're creating a 60-day segment. And you can do the same for 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. And you need to also create another condition where you have to add when someone has done or not done. This trigger would be for opened email at least once in the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, again depending upon the segment. Once you've done this, you are making sure that if someone has clicked an email or opened an email, they would be inside of the engagement list, because sometimes Klaviyo confuses the two. So we are just taking this as a safety measure. So none of these changes are complicated, but when you stack them together, that's where the real lift happens. As you know, most brands are chasing AI tools and viral TikTok hacks while leaving 20% on the revenue right in front of their inboxes. So you don't have to be most brands, you need to fix the fundamentals and the revenue would follow. If you want more email marketing sauce like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're an e-commerce brand who needs help implementing all of this, you know where to find me, and I'll see you in the next one.